to step back and objectively look at this thing and evaluate your friend, your perhaps former friend, Bret Hart, the human being, and have sympathy for this man?
Sympathy? I have no sympathy for Bret whatsoever. None. I have no sympathy for someone who was supposed to be a wrestling traditionalist, not doing the right thing for the business that made him, not doing the right thing for the fans and the performers and the organization who helped make him what he is today. Bret made a very, very selfish decision. Bret's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. Bret screwed Bret. I have no sympathy whatsoever for Bret.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
Frustrated into the goddamn word for it! This is bullshit!
They're shaking hands! Don't call us shaking hands! We're saving this town!
I now own WCW.
Calling all faces and heels, it's your resident tweeners back in action again. Episode 8, Era of Attitude. Your co-host Peter with co-host Garrett.
We're back at it again.
I always say host, but then I don't want to sound like a dick, like I'm running this bitch.
I'm running the show now.
I'm fucking this
Vince
bitch.
McMahon.
You're just holding the camera.
Vince McMahon.
Anyway, episode 8, Bret Hart has been screwed royally.
Yep, this is what, November to December?
Yeah, and we're in a weird period of the WWF without Bret, without Austin taking over. You know, that kind of flux
It's that
period.
weird in-between, it's a tweener phase.
Tweener phase of the company.
Not that we want to be associated with this part of the company, because, I mean...
Where Ken Shamrock is your number one contender.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
To the WWE Championship.
All right, yeah.
Last time,
we started the... wait, what did happen last time?
Austin stunned McMahon.
Yeah, Austin does Attitude Era number 7, Attitude Adjustment number 7.
Cactus Jack debuted.
Brian Pillman passed away.
Yeah. We learned about it during like a Los Barricas match.
The fucking retarded. Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker in Match of the Year number 4, the Hell in a Cell.
Oh, beauty.
Bret Hart quits the WWF after the screw job, which is Attitude Adjustment number 8 and number 1 in our hearts.
Fucking A. You're on top of these attitude adjustments and MOTs.
Yeah, man.
All right. And Jim Cornette was very angry about certain things.
Oh, fuck, he was mad. Yep.
He's still mad. He's still angry.
He was mad. All right, you want to just jump right into this shit?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Raw, November 10th.
Wait.
Right.
I always forget. At Tweener Podcast.
Oh,
Twitter,
yes.
Tweener Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com. And Tweener Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. Just tell us what you think. You know,
I thought you were gonna tell me that I had the first Raw date wrong, that I missed something. I'm like, you're not starting this shit already. Fuck you.
So hit it, Ottawa. Home
right.
of Luke.
Yeah. No. Well, not yet, but
all right.
he's from Perth, bro.
They shoot on the Senators in this episode.
Yeah,
too.
November 10th, 1997, from Ottawa, as we know. It takes some time for Rick Rude to make his entrance after the DX intro music hits. He comes out claiming to be the only one worthy enough to interview the new WWF champion, which becomes really funny in like 3 Raws from now.
One Raw from now.
Shawn Michaels and the rest of DX come out and cut some promos about how they will be held to deal with now, that even though people thought they were before. How Bret got beat in his own country with his own hold. Shamrock comes to the ring and makes fun of China, calling her like, I don't know what you are. And HBK does some pretty hilarious idiot jokes at Ken's expense. I'm going to give you this microphone and you're going to make words and we call that a sentence. Okay, Ken? Here comes the Sarge to tell us that Triple H will face Shamrock tonight with DX barred from ringside and himself there to make sure that everything is on the up and up.
Excellent work. Just a few tidbits here. Rick Rude looks noticeably troubled.
Oh, I wonder why that is.
He looks exhausted. He looks pissed off.
Yeah.
He was probably on the phone all night to Eric Bischoff after the Montreal Screwjob.
Main storylines, Bret Hart has quit the WWF, and we have the remaining fallout from Survivor Series, basically.
Signs in the crowd here. There's some good ones.
Oh, yeah.
I screwed HBK's mom. What a slut. Carleton University sucks. Sean is gay. If Bret goes, we go. WWF has no heart.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
My favorite one, and I'm going to bring it if they come back to Toronto. So come back to Toronto, guys. Helmsley, mid-card for life.
Oh, man. I hope they come back to Toronto. We should go to a house show
just
and
for that sign,
walk
which
around.
would be
That sign, I
immediately
want to take one that just says Beer 316.
DX actually come out to their theme music for the first time ever.
Yep. They come out to the music.
When they come out, they actually stop and look at the entrance video.
Yeah, it's great. I love their entrance. I don't care. That big X just in front of actually everything that's happening.
It's
like
awesome.
It's the top layer of everything.
You gotta love how HBK big league Shamrock in this promo so hard. He just makes him look like an idiot.
Yeah. Oh fuck, Jesus. Yeah, you're right.
All right, Ahmed Johnson's down.
So, all right, here we go. We start with the match that is Ahmed, you're injured Johnson versus Mark, I can't wrestle anymore, Mero. Terrible fucking match. The only great part is the absolutely atrociously botched TKO after the end of the match.
It looks like something like Ashley Massaro would come up
Oh,
with.
fuck, it's awful. This happens after the nut shot disqualification.
Mark Barrow's new finisher, which The Undertaker has co-opted recently.
The nut shot. I wonder if they got that.
Undertaker's
from,
just watching
Mark Barrow.
1997
Yeah,
Mark
he's
Barrow
like,
matches.
oh, that was a great idea. Brutal. Both these guys are just awful.
His name's Mark. My name's Mark.
It's Butterbean. Basically, it's like, and there's Butterbean. Like Jim Ross is like somehow like super jacked up about this.
Meanwhile, Bart Gunn is hiding.
Bart Gunn is fucking running for his life.
He's in the car with Earl Hebner out the door.
After Survivor Series. We continued the evening with Taka Michinoku versus Devon Storm with Sunny on commentary because they literally have no other use for her. Like, literally, that's all she does now.
Hey, cocaine costs money. Someone's
Yeah,
gonna pay her.
just fucking go out and, like, job by being a fucking announcer. Pretty good little match, though. Brian Christopher's on commentary. He tries to get involved, but gets drop-kicked from the apron for his efforts. I fucking love Taka. Goddamn.
He's amazing.
Little plancha spot onto Brian Christopher as he tries to leave up the entrance ramp after the match is over. Jim Ross brings us back to the interview with Goldust, who explains his actions and lashing out at Terry and why he did it. I really like the part here where Jim Cornette says that his new outfit makes the old one look conservative. I actually really liked this promo a lot. Very visceral and raw sounding. No pun intended.
Forever Unchained.
Forever Unchained, which means fuck you if you are old enough to realize.
So,
Jim Ross seems legitimately pissed off about what's going on with like him and Terry, though.
yeah.
Vader comes out and demands to know why he walked out on him at the pay-per-view. Goldust calls himself an invalid, and then he's like, we all know you said you were ready to go. Like, tell me the truth. When Goldust doesn't answer him, he receives a powerbomb.
That's it.
That's all.
That's all, folks.
Yep. I refuse to talk about this Gang Wars match. 5 minutes of pure filler.
I was wondering who the Headbangers were facing. I wrote Headbangers versus ...
Yeah, it's the only thing is that Jackal is on the commentary team.
Oh, yeah.
So they face the Truth Commission,
All right.
which have a great theme, which is a shame because they're shit.
Yeah.
Time to enter the war zone. Austin kicks us off and is rudely interrupted by The Rock and the Nation.
Oh, shit.
I love this feud so much. Oh my god.
Already
Here. We're already here.
Already making money.
The Rock challenges Austin to a match for his newly won IC title. There's a great moment when Austin's like, I challenge you to get a decent haircut. I challenge you because you're a piece of crap to flush yourself down the commode. Like, it's great. And he's like, but if you want to see The Rock get his ass whipped, give me a hell yeah. So
The
that's
Rock looks like $1 million here, by the way.
The Rock doing like, and the only reason you're gonna get your ass kicked is because Stone Cold said so. The Rock's face looks like a goddamn cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so well done.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I have now?
He's like, this is the point where I'm like, okay, The Rock's ready. once he kind of steps forward and the nation are behind him, he looks like a fucking future champ.
Oh, he looks great.
Yeah. I don't know if he looks like a $1 billion movie star, but
yeah.
I mean, we're getting there.
We've got this really dumb demonstration with Steve Blackman. He's beating up 4 seasoned WWF wrestlers, and this is also the team that's supposedly winning the gang wars. Just so
the
you
Barricas?
Yes, he beats up all 4 of Los Barricas, and they're winning the gang wars.
Wait, there's a
right
winner
now.
to the gang wars?
Yeah, I guess I thought they were at that point.
They should have had a scoring category considering they fight every week.
Before that match started, there's this hilarious moment with Michael Cole trying to get an interview with Bradshaw, but he's like losing his mind backstage because someone attacked Barry Windham. It's like, oh, you have to start a bitch, like you can't understand what he's saying.
I think this is how we write out Barry Windham.
But basically what ends up happening is there's an impromptu come as you are match between Bradshaw and the New Age Outlaws, which is pretty decent for like 2 minutes. Bradshaw comes out, throws some powder in Billy Gunn's face, hits him with a trash can. He's basically beating the shit out of both of them. They're making him look really good here.
Oh, he fucking murders the Road Dogg with the...
Murders!
He hits him with the podium.
Yeah, oh, here we go. That's what I said, actually. The guy, he looks real tough, making the Outlaws seem like cheaters and doing anything to win, which isn't too far off.
He breaks a podium over Road Dogg's back.
Road Dogg's back.
And he hits him in the face with a ridiculously hard chair shot.
I get that 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Yeah. See, I counted that one, too. I knew that was going to be one of them.
These guys are all going to be huge staples of the Attitude Era, too.
I love this part where, like, the Road Dogg is, like, lying down there, and all you hear is some guy in the front row, like, ha, 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 ha. He's just laughing so hard at him. Basically what ends up happening is he takes a steel chair to the back, and then, does he get the Famouser on the chair?
Billy Gunn hits a fluke DDT onto the chair.
On the chair, and they both double pin him. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bradshaw, I think
he
he's
chases them
still
away with a
kinda
shovel.
kicks out.
Mm-hmm. And then he chases them away with a shovel.
Yeah.
This is great. I love this. Mero comes out and interrupts an interview with Michael Cole and Butterbean. He gives us the most dumbass, most Russo-esque promo of all time. He's like, I don't like you looking at Sable. Don't you ever look at her. Don't you ever touch her. Don't you ever do anything. Don't you ever wave at her. Don't do anything. Blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. Is this where Butterbean talks?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sounds like a bitch.
I'm going to have to do this. Yeah. Butterbean, like, is talking to Michael Cole after this happens. He's like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm just here having a good time. And said, what am I going to do? She's a beautiful woman. I don't want to go out with her or anything. Like, it's fucking, he's got the weirdest voice for who he is. Yeah. Basically, then Michael Cole's like, but Butterbean just wants to have a good time, guys. And then it, like, goes to a different statement. Undertaker comes out to fight Kama Mustafa in his one match for the month. As soon as Kama takes a clothesline to the floor, Kane's music hits, and Paul Bearer says that he's going to make Taker wait until Kane destroys him. Taker tries to reason with Kane, tells him that Paul Bearer is an infectious disease, and you'll twist his mind. I don't really think that's going to get him anywhere.
Well,
Kama's just fucking gone. So the Undertaker wins by countout.
He actually wins the match.
Yeah, he wins the match.
Interesting thing here, by the way, Garrett. Cornette, JR puts over Undertaker huge again.
Oh, yeah.
Saying Andre the Giant.
Yeah, Andre the Giant-esque, yeah, yep.
And he also puts Mankind over quite a bit, even though Mankind's not there that night because Mankind was furious about the Montreal Screwjob.
About the Screwjob, yep.
And he left, and it took Cornette calling him and being like, Cactus, Shawn Michaels is making $1 million, Bret Hart's making $3 million, what are you making? Go back to work.
Yeah. Fucking Cornette. Jesus Christ. We get to our final match of the evening, which is between Triple H and Shamrock. Mm-hmm. DX is barred from ringside. Shamrock obviously gains the early advantage because of this. Triple H fights back as we go to commercial. When we come back, Rick Rude, still looking noticeably flustered, is standing midway up the stage with his Halliburton. Mm-hmm. And when Triple H punches the referee, Chyna comes down to break up the ankle lock until Sergeant Slaughter comes out and grabs her from ringside so she can't interfere anymore. Out comes HBK, like at a full sprint, gets a great lateral pass of the Halliburton from Rick Rude, slides into the ring and clocks Shamrock in the back with the briefcase for, at this point in time, the assumed 1, 2, 3 count as we go off the air.
Yeah. Rick Rude is such a pro. He should have just thrown the briefcase into the crowd or something.
Yeah, just like way over Sean's head.
One thing to note.
Yep.
Did I read anything here? No. Just for Luke. JR says that they're in the home of the not-so-powerful Ottawa Senators.
That's for me, too. It's good. Well done, JR. Well done. That's a shoot. It was a work.
All right. November 17th, then.
Yeah. We're in Cornwall. Why the fuck are we in Cornwall?
Where's Cornwall, by the way?
Cornwall's like half an hour west of Ottawa, but it's like a city smaller than Kingston.
Weird.
Like, why the fuck are we in Cornwall? Either way, we start the show seeing the ending footage of Triple H or HBK getting pinned by Shamrock, which makes no sense because HBK wasn't in the match, but he gets rolled up by Ken Shamrock with the assistance of Sergeant Slaughter. Ridiculous.
Yes, very strange.
The main storylines for tonight: Austin's Intercontinental title is stolen by Rocky. And Why Brett Why interview, which is the Brett screwed Brett soundbite.
Shouldn't it be Why Vince Why?
It really should be, but I don't think he'd do that on his own show. We start the show with, actual show with Austin calling out Rocky to challenge him for the title. Rocky leaves, or he comes out first, then leaves when the rest of the nation come to back him up. And the nation comes to the ring. So D'Lo can take a sacrificial stunner.
Yeah.
In the ensuing chaos with the brawl, Rocky steals the IC title, which prompts Austin to flip birds and get on the headset saying he will get his payback.
He says he'll get the title back by the end of the night, which is good.
I really like when he just jumps like on the headset. He's like, rest assured, Jim Ross, I'm going to be here all night. Like he's showing good continuity because we all know that he stunned JR 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The next match is Jerry Lawler versus Mark Marrow. This is all about Lawler getting revenge on Marrow for giving his son a low blow a month ago in a moment everybody else has already forgotten.
I've forgotten it already.
Yeah, see? Exactly. Butterbean is back again because it's literally only 50 kilometers from Ottawa.
Why is he even in Ottawa?
Now he's just blatantly waving at Sable. It's great. JR tells us a story that Sable was kicked in the head by her horse, which is why she's wearing sunglasses. This match is so hilarious. Butterbean's here again. Marco gets pissy with Sable about causing a disqualification after he low blows, or after King hits a pile driver. She comes in with her riding crop and fucking pulls him off by his neck. So Mero gets all mad saying, "Why would you cost me the match?"
Even though he had lost.
Yeah, Cornette says it's probably a bad idea to show a black eye on Sable without the live audience not knowing what had caused it.
Gee,
which is absolutely correct. I wonder why this whole Mero thing happened.
Yeah. Just FYI, no horse is going to kick Sable in the face with Brock Lesnar around now.
No.
Brock
Lesnar is going to F5 the before he's going to take out the horse to Suplex City before fucking anything gets near Sable. Ken Shamrock video package after that farce of a match, showing us why he's the only person that's going to be able to challenge HBK for the title at the next pay-per-view. I actually really like this little video package. I like it a lot. But that's only because it's the first time I've seen it. We see it 6 times between now and the fucking pay-per-view. So, yeah.
They show the Attitude segment after that.
Yep, they do.
And I'm not sure if you're going to grab that, but Sean is now the one saying, "Try lacing my boots."
Yeah.
And we'll keep changing it almost every week.
Ooh.
All right, let you take control again.
With the last of the mini matches on Raw, thank God.
Oh, God.
The crowd is too focused on Sunny anyways. Here comes a soundbite. Kane comes out and in a very Russo moment, the headbangers come out and smash a boombox over his head.
Oh shit! It's Vince Russo!
They get tombstones for their efforts. I do love Cornette's reaction to Kane's music though.
Yeah.
no, and he knows it when he
Paul, I've always liked you.
Yeah, I was like, "Wait, get these guys off my cords! I can't get away."
The minis all jump on the table.
Yeah. In an interesting twist, Rude is no longer here with the WWF during this airing. Since this was taped on the 11th, he's already on Nitro.
Nice.
He's left. DX comes out, calls out Sergeant Slaughter, tells them they run the show, and they start saying things about his wife before he lashes out and gets a Halliburton and a pedigree for his efforts.
So, yes, Rick Rude actually jumped the sinking ship, as he says, when he debuts on Nitro an hour earlier. So at the beginning of Nitro, Rick Rude shows up.
Yep.
And he's shaved his beard, so he's only got a
Mustache.
And he cuts a wicked shoot, which I think we should include here, even though it's not WWF.
It's WCW, we'll count it.
But it's really interesting, and it's funny. You see him talking you see him talking as a mouthpiece for DX here, but then you hear what he says in WCW. It's just quite the difference there.
24 little hours. You know, and we all have our 15 minutes of fame, and I'd like to take a couple of my 15 minutes to talk about the rights and the wrongs in the world of professional wrestling. What's wrong in the world of professional wrestling is Shawn Michaels claiming to be world champion when he never beat Bret Hart. What's wrong with the world of professional wrestling is for Vince McMahon to instruct a referee to ring the bell in order to rob Bret Hart of his title. But on the other hand, what's right in the world of professional wrestling is for Bret Hart to abandon the Titanic.
Yeah, it's funny seeing him saying it's the sinking ship, and how quickly the WWF will turn the Titanic around. But
yeah,
Scott Taylor segment.
This is fucking but I mean that's not the worst thing that DX will say in the coming weeks. But Jesus Christ,
where they threatened to rape Sergeant Slaughter's wife.
Triple H basically says I'm gonna go home and show her I'm gonna go to your house and show her my Lance Corporal when you're not around. He's like, if you ever fuck with us again, I'm going to go and I'm going to rape your wife, is basically what he says.
Of her dignity.
Of her dignity. It's fucking insane, though. I was, absolutely blown away. I think I watched the segment again to make sure that I was, hearing what I was hearing.
Triple H is really coming into his own, though.
He's become such a great, mouthpiece heel.
Yeah, he's much better than he was.
Yeah. We have a match between Eric Shelley and Scott Taylor, and those of you that don't know, Scott Taylor will become Scotty Too Hottie, which is basically used to promote Jeff Jarrett's match on Raw the next week. He's basically on the phone with JR and Cornette the whole time during the match.
It's amazing that he says that Austin is a one-move wonder after Austin apparently almost beat the shit out of him a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it's great.
For shooting on him.
Yeah. Scott Taylor wins and moves on to the light heavyweight tournament. That's all that match was for. Mm-hmm. Mero comes back out like an idiot again.
She's a beautiful woman.
She's a beautiful woman. Calls out Butterbean, who's wearing the biggest pair of Zubaz pants of all time. His fucking Zubaz pants.
They need to bring Zubaz back. I'd rock them.
Yeah, I love Zubaz pants. They're great. I just like saying the word Zubaz. I love this situation. I can't wait for this pay-per-view match so Mero gets his ass kicked. I also find it very uncomfortable that Mero refers to Sable as his property. I wonder what Brock would say to this. Probably Suplex City plus your...
you missed the first Vince segment, by the way.
Oh, I know. I skipped right over it. I just thought about that, too.
Did you want to just include it with the next segment here?
You might as well include it with the next segment.
Okay, let's jump back then.
Yep. This is... Yeah, because that's right now.
Yeah.
So there was a part one of this, of this Why Brett Why, and
Why Brett Why?
Fucking
why did you get screwed at?
Yeah, Brett. Why would you allow us to screw you? This is where part two airs.
Yeah.
So both of which. Did you want to include any sound bites for these, Peter?
Well, we've included the first part on...
As the intro.
Yes, the first part is the sympathy. I have no sympathy for Brett whatsoever. Brett,
in my opinion, Brett screwed Brett. Yeah. Which is like one of the most iconic interviews in like wrestling history as well.
Yes, so Vince basically is... Cornette actually says that Vince thought he'd be the face in this whole thing.
Yeah.
And he's on air with a visible black eye, and his eye is all red and fucky.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash would say this is a work because Vince wouldn't sell, but I've seen Vince wrestle many matches and he's sold plenty of times. So
he got his head shoved up Big Show's ass. I think he sells.
And Shane's ass was shoved into Vince's ass once.
Yep.
Vince says that it was a joint decision to send Brett to WCW. Vince also says that he let Brett hit him, and if he had wanted, he could have beat up Brett.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then he says that I'm considering legal options, and I laugh because the motherfucker broke a 20-year contract with Creative Control.
Yeah.
Part 2, we cut to a sign in the crowd just before it that says, Brett is a bitch.
Jesus Christ.
I'll let you take over.
Oh, God. You can take over the part 2. That's fine.
Sure. JR asks Vince if he would allow Brett to come back. Vince gives a head movement like, are you fucking serious? And then he says, well, I'll take Brett back if they could come to an understanding. Vince is obsessed with this idea that he allowed Brett a free shot. He says it's too bad in the 14-year relationship. A 14-year relationship was destroyed because one member forgot that we're in the sports entertainment business.
Oh, God. Was that member you, Vince?
Which is what he should say to anyone who ever uses the word wrestler.
Was it you?
I kind of like this soundbite, so I'll include it. It's the one where he's like, it's too damn bad. In the end, Brett really wasn't the best there was, the best there is. And the best there
God,
will be.
yeah. So good.
I can't imagine him saying that and thinking he would be the face, so I'll pause here for that.
That point of view. And perhaps Brett is unwavering in his point of view. I don't know that we'll ever get together. I hope we will one day. It's too bad that a 14-year relationship was destroyed because one member of that relationship forgot that we're in the sports entertainment business, forgot where he came from. It's just too damn bad that in the end, Brett really wasn't the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Yeah, in these interviews, Vince essentially says that he thought that Brett should lose to Shawn, but then he should get up and say, whatever, I lost. I'm a man about it.
Yeah. But he didn't, because he got fucking screwed, Vince.
Ooh, there's another soundbite coming up. Okay, so Vader and Goldust, I think, is the next thing.
No match this week. Goldust looks like he's wearing Sparky Plugs tights on his face.
He looks like a Purina dog food wrapper, Cornette.
Yeah. His arm is still in a sling. So Vader's just like, this is bullshit. I don't care about this fucking doctor's note. Basically just like crumbles it up, throws it back in Joe Briscoe's face. Before anything else can happen, Goldust pulls out a fucking ball-beat hammer and whacks Vader in the head.
End of segment.
Who begins like convulsing on the ground.
End of segment.
And he leaves him lying in the ring.
These happen every week.
Yeah. Sarge come back. So then after that, Jesus, that farce. Sarge comes back out and orders Triple H to a match with him at DX in your house.
Yes. Just before we get there, there was a great Attitude Era promo with Austin.
Yep.
Where he's like, sportsmanship? I don't care. If you want mercy, take your ass to church.
Yep.
So I'll include that here if I can find it.
Sportsmanship? What a load of crap. Don't preach your morality to me. Steve Austin doesn't have any compassion. You want mercy? Take your ass to church.
I like these little random things that people wouldn't normally find.
Yeah. This is the last match, right? Yeah.
Slaughter said he does a good promo where he says, he's tried to do a fair job and he's regardless of whether people like him or not, and he says like he knows people booed him, but like this is personal, that sort of shit.
Yeah. We end the evening with Rocky versus Dude Love.
The Nation actually come out while Slaughter's leaving, which makes me think they're going to beat him down.
Yeah, I know. What the hell?
I guess we were pressed for time.
Yeah, Rocky's all business with Dude just being Dude Love.
This is a rematch of the Cold Day in Hell, by the way.
Yep, and it's great. He embarrasses The Rock with a waist lock as Rocky goes through the ropes to the outside. Rock comes back in with some DDTs, a people's elbow, which isn't even named yet.
Might be the first people's elbow ever.
Yeah, they just keep calling it an elbow drop.
It gets like a 2 count every time. One
Yeah.
count.
The Nation jumped Dude for the disqualification, and here comes Austin for that payback and his title. As Rocky escapes, Austin stuns D'Lo again.
Poor D'Lo.
And the Rock, poor D'Lo. Wait till the pay-per-view. Rock stands at the top of the ramp to close out the show by holding up the title and giving that classic 10 out of 10 Rocky smile.
He looks amazing.
He looks great.
Yeah.
Third Raw. Here we go.
Fayetteville.
November 24th, 1997. Fayetteville, Is it North Carolina? Yeah, it's North Carolina.
Yeah.
Connecticut is CT. I keep doing all the short forms for states.
Yep,
So.
yep.
We start the show with handsome Harvey Whippleman coming down with the he's supposed to basically be
Rick Rude.
Rick Rude.
And he comes out with Rick Rude's old music.
Yep. He intros DX. He does a pretty decent Rick Rude impression. He comes out and immediately gets pie-faced by HBK. That was a really tough spot to fill. So basically, they just consider Rick Rude has been made fun of and we'll never hear about him again.
What does Harvey Whippleman even do in the WWF?
Now he's doing like superstar like.
Does he still work there?
Yeah.
What does he do?
Up until at least 2012, he was doing like backstage catering things. He was like calling for limos, calling for food, booking hotels, doing all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
he's worked there for so long.
No, see, I knew this because when I was watching this, I was like, "What the fuck does he still do?" And I looked it up, and that's what it said.
Former women's champion too.
Yep. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I saw that. I was like, "Oh yeah."
Okay.
How far we've come.
And he managed Psycho Sid or Sid Justice at WrestleMania 8.
Yeah.
Dated both of Faye.
Yeah, oh God. You kind of have to feel bad for Harvey Whippleman. It's like his whole life is JR on Oklahoma Raws.
Oh yeah.
He always just gets like shafted with the dumbest gimmicks or people like making fun of him backstage.
This Handsome Harvey is such a like petty little thing just to put the nail in the coffin of Rick Rude's WWF career that they're like, and we're never going to mention him again.
It's awful. Awful. Sean,
I laughed.
Oh yeah. Sean switches. He just looks so sad when he gets pie-faced out of the ring. Like he looks so sad.
Oh well, back to catering.
Yeah. Damn it. Sean switches gears and says he hasn't gotten a lot of sleep since Survivor Series. He feels that people didn't get their money's worth. Yeah, I was up all night. It's coming up soon. So without the WWF's knowledge and the dirt sheets and the internet, he contacted Bret Hart, and tonight, be it a fight or a handshake, the issue will be laid to rest. What a load of shit.
Blatant bait and switch.
The main storylines for this one, Bret Hart, in quotations, returns to confront Shawn Michaels. In an act of God, which should have been done when they were re-signed, the Legion of Doom lose the tag titles.
Hey, spoilers.
That they do. Luna Vachon's debut.
Oh yeah.
With Goldust, obviously. In a match and day I thought would never come, we have the Outlaws versus the Legion of Doom. Starts the way you'd expect. Legion of Doom is dominating the Outlaws for most of the match.
And hold on.
What?
Outlaws finally have music.
Oh yeah, they do.
And they have a really funny intro where they're like, "Oh, what a flush!
Oh, what a flush!
And we're gonna take care of the last of the dinosaurs."
Yeah. What is it? So the LOD is dominating for the majority of the match. Basically, what ends up happening. What the fuck? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to read my own writing here as to like what the fuck I was trying to say.
Gotta type that shit, bro.
I know. I did. It's just the way I worded it.
Oh, okay.
So basically what ends up happening is Hawk gets clotheslined outside the ring by Road Dogg, who just like incapacitates that motherfucker. He comes back in for like they try for a Doomsday device. They have Badass Billy Gunn set up for it. Road Dogg hits Animal with a chair in the back, which I thought was a really cool spot because when he hits him, they immediately roll over into like a roll up, but they roll like 3 times to the corner of the ring. Then Road Dogg clotheslines Hawk outside the ring, and then the Outlaws get the 1, 2, 3 for the title change.
Ridiculous finish considering that Tim White is running down to the ring when this happens and presumably saw the chair shot.
Yeah. I just like this because JR's just like, Raph! No, wait! Raph! Like, he's just like...
JR should run into the ring and stop it.
I wrote, thank God, I'm so fucking sick of the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, Outlaws are beginning their rise. And
the new champs get the hell out of Dodge, almost hitting a limo on the way. Whose limo could that be?
I actually wrote DX sprint into a piece of shit rental car, not the Outlaws.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, well, soon enough.
It's not The Rock's new Lincoln Continental. During the break, the Legion are still beating the hell out of security, trying to get them out of the ring. They're just the fucking worst. I hate them.
LOD 3000 are coming up or whatever.
Oh, God. They just don't have it anymore.
No, they're done.
Like, it amazes me that they're still so over at this point. Like, they don't have it. They're boring. They do the same moves. They never change their promos.
This always happens, though. I remember when I was watching the Dudleys making their ascent and they fought the Outlaws. I was like, oh, God, the Outlaws are boring. I hope they lose.
Yeah. But then, guess who's back now? The Dudleys.
Well, then, we'll see a new team like New Day or something against them, and we'll be like, oh.
I'm just really happy because D-Von actually came back. Speaking of which, as an aside, did you see that tweet he made today? Someone was like, "Oh, so he's like going to Raw on Monday night. Let's see who goes to a table this week. Testify!" And someone was like, "Oh man, I can't wait for you guys to come in and make an impact on the show." And he's like, "Please don't use the word impact. It brings up terrible memories."
Hey, he was the Legends champion like 5 times.
Oh God, that fucking retarded red belt.
And he was the leader of the Aces and Eights.
Aces and Eights. So our first important moment of this Raw is the debut, I think, of Luna Vachon.
Yep.
Out comes Goldust in a wheelchair with a nurse with a mask on.
This Goldust heel turn is single-handedly ruining his career, by the way.
Oh, it is. Absolutely.
The crowd has no idea what to do.
Yeah. He's in a wheelchair. So I was like, what the fuck? Michael Cole, he tells Cole that now it's spread to his arm, to his legs, and he's a paraplegic. and like, Michael, or Cornette's like, what the hell?
JR notes again that FU on his face is forever.
And then a nurse has to rub alcohol on his shoulders because it's the only way he can deal with the pain.
Nurse Goodbody.
Nurse Goodbody. Vader comes out and is super pissed. Last week, you hit me in the head with a ball peen hammer. Like, he's just so fucking... He's classic Vader here.
Redo that. You got cut off there.
Oh, shit. Which one? Like, last week, you hit me in the head with a ball peen hammer.
There we go.
He's so fucking mad. Like, I want him to grab Goldust and be like, does that feel fucking fake? Like, but, he gets rewarded with alcohol to the face. Alcohol, which is also water, by the way.
Of course.
He gets rewarded with that as the nurse reveals herself to be Luna Vachon. JR, like, loses his mind. He's like, JR, he left Terry for that? Like, he's just so fucking...
She did a good job of hiding herself. I didn't think it was her.
Well, she had to.
Yeah. No shit. Like, I thought, I was like, oh, that nurse looks pretty attractive, and then Luna showed
up. Yeah, like
she
takes her. I was like, oh my God. Well, she had everything on, right? Like the pants and everything to cover herself up.
Yeah.
After that terrible segment, Jesus Christ. All of these Goldust segments are like the only parts of the shows that are like slogs to get through.
They make no sense.
Yeah, it just gets... I like how his injury is just continuously escalating.
And none of them have really been like, oh shit, it's Vince Russo, because they're just like dumb. There is one coming up that is an oh shit, it's Vince Russo.
Yeah. We get to see a promo from Slaughter.
Comes out to Lex Luger's music.
Lex Luger's music, but he puts the hat on and becomes the old Sergeant Slaughter. He does his like talking and all that stuff. My only note there was, I wish that Slaughter would come back today and tell Cole to shut the hell up like he did in this promo. It's like, who gave you permission to speak? And I'm like, I wish that you would do that now.
Whenever he's on commentary.
It was great. He tells us that he's going to have a boot camp match. Obviously, no one in the crowd knows what the fuck that is, so there's no pop for it. He references too many Vietnam War movies from the 70s, but we have to give him credit. He cuts a pretty decent promo for being like 49 years old.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He's trying really hard to put this obvious squash match over for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Brian Christopher beats Flash Flanagan, whoever the fuck that is.
Yep.
To advance to the semifinals of the light heavyweight title. The match between him and Scott Taylor will be too much. See that pun there? You see that shit? Yeah.
Will it be too cool, though?
Too cool. Next important moment, DX and midgets.
Yes, the Warzone has a terrible new intro that I hate.
I hate it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that all about?
It's really awful.
It should be the same one. I don't think they keep it for very long.
I don't think so either.
Because I think they keep dropping like the Warzone half of Raw, and it just goes to like the full 2 hours.
It's funny how much of the shit they keep reusing, like, you know, like they use the same helicopter shot in everything, like the DX intro, the Warzone intro, the Rock's intro when he went Hollywood. Like,
yep.
There's a shot of cops running towards something, like dogs barking on a fence.
Yeah,
in 95, they recorded like a new intro to Raw where they're all wrestling on top of Titan Tower. And I swear to God, to this day, they still use all that footage for shit.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Probably because they're cheap. They like to coast.
Cheap motherfuckers.
So DX comes out, and Triple H says he wasn't scared of Slaughter as a kid, and he isn't now. He cuts a really, really borderline and really tasteless promo, in my opinion, about how when all the soldiers from Fort Bragg are going to be gone, he's going to be showing the soldiers' wives the soldier with the purple helmet. So basically, he's like, I'm going to show all your wives my dick while you're all fighting for this country. Like, it's ridiculous.
Hey, there was no war going on at this time.
There's always been a war. They've never been at peace since.
Well, no, but not like a major...
Yeah, not yet. Not yet, I guess.
No, not till 2001.
Desert Storm was the last one they were in before I think. So, out comes Midget Brett.
It made me laugh.
In a complete and utter mockery of Brett. It was great.
He gives his sunglasses away, too.
Yeah, they put him in the sharpshooter. He's like, Brett, HBK's the best. And they basically make him say, like, HBK is the greatest.
Yeah.
Jim Neidhart comes out. I can't believe he's the only person from the fucking... he's the only person from the Hart Foundation.
I can't believe he showed up to work when they told him what was going to happen to him.
Oh, I know. He must have really had to feed his family.
Natalia's eating a lot these days.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wait, is she?
No, it's because... Never mind.
Oh, I know what you mean. That's fine.
No, I wasn't going there. I wasn't making it fast.
I can't wait until Owen comes back, which will be soon.
Yes.
Sean tries to talk him out of fighting and offers him a job joining DX. What a nice twist. We all know how this is going to end. JR is like appalled that Neidhart would even consider it.
That's not a bad offer.
It's not a bad offer.
I don't know why the fuck they'd turn on him for no reason, but whatever.
He's fucking huge. He can still beat the shit out of people.
He's a big enforcer, but I guess that's what China's for.
Yeah. We get a video package showing the absolute monster that is Butterbean. Complete with really cheesy music though, and they use it to cut the same one, the promo for the Tough Man. They used the video to cut a promo for a Tough Man match at the pay-per-view between him and Mark Marrow.
Were there any voiceovers from Butterbean during the video package?
No.
I don't know what you want from me.
No, because I think that's why they used Michael Cole. Savio Vega versus Shamrock. Like, what the fuck? We all know how this is going to end. A little showcase for Shamrock here, showing why he's going to be in the main event. That's basically what it's for, because Savio Vega is like garbage.
Clearly, I wasn't watching this.
Yeah, exactly. We have a great Rock promo that keeps being interrupted by like the flickering light because he thinks he's the champion.
This was one of the best things of the entire month that I watched.
Oh, it's great. He keeps being interrupted by flickering lights. Rocky sucks.
Rocky
sucks on the Titantron. Yeah. And then it goes backstage to where Austin's in the truck, and he basically tells Rocky that his ass belongs to Austin, and that when he's walking through the airport, when his little beep, we check your little beeper, and it says 316, know that your ass belongs to Austin, and then he says, he's like, the thing you have to ask yourself, Rock. He's like, is it real time or is it live or is it Miramax?
Yeah.
And then, like, The Rock, like, looks down at his pager, gets, like, the huge comic in the eyes, and then Austin's behind him and just beats the hell out of him.
Such a good segment.
The Nation comes back to the ring. Austin clears them with
He
a
almost
chair.
flies out of the ring doing that.
Yeah, he almost falls out of the ring. And then tells Rocky to have a nice Thanksgiving by flipping him 2 birds.
Oh, yeah, he gives him the birds for Thanksgiving. That's fun.
Yeah, and then JR's like, we apologize for that, folks, because it's JR. Crush versus Jarrett. This has to be Crush's last match.
Maybe.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Jarrett refuses to wrestle due to terrible conditions and his contract not being fulfilled.
The catering does look like it sucks.
Yeah, oh, it does.
There's like bread on the table.
Bread. Jarrett refuses to wrestle. Yeah. Kane and Paul Bearer appear, and Crush doesn't leave. He gets a chokeslam and a tombstone for his arrogance, and Briscoe takes his first chokeslam.
It's probably a shoot on 1997 catering.
Yeah, Kane sets off Pyro as the refs help Jerry backstage.
No, okay.
We end with HBK versus Vader. What the fuck?
Gee, I wonder who's winning this one.
Vader has good continuity here by wearing an eye patch to show the altercation from earlier. DX comes out and introduces Neidhart as the newest member of D-Generation X. Pretty massive squash here overall. Vader gets the hot coffee burial.
But it takes 2 sweet chin musics to take him down.
Yeah,
at least.
Neidhart helps out helps out in the celebration and gets brutally low blowed by China. DX then picks his bones clean as the show goes off the air. That was fucking brutal.
They beat the absolute shit
out of him. Yeah, they fucking murdered him.
Yeah. He keeps getting up, though. Like, that's a weird thing he does. Like, he'll continue fighting after the beatdown's over, and then they have to redo the beatdown.
Yeah. Next Raw?
Yep, December 1st.
December 1st, 97, Roanoke, Virginia. Cornette promises that tonight the first ever footage on broadcast TV of HBK versus Bret Hart at Survivor Series will be shown. The music of the tag team champions hits, and they make their way down to the ring. They dedicate the interview and the match to the Legion of Doom. The crowd, for some fucking reason, is still chanting LOD as Road Dogg states they aren't here tonight as they are home licking their wounds. Road Dogg then says they'll face the wrestling dinosaurs at In Your House. And this Sunday before Gunn tells us that they'll face the Headbangers tonight. LOD then rush through the crowd with no makeup on and in street clothes and attack the tag champion as the crowd goes wild because they're all idiots. The important moments I said for this match was the Neidhart versus Triple H match, main event.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Not much.
So we start with Taka versus Aguila, or also known as Essa Rios. In the first semifinal match of the night for the light heavyweight title, there's great spots all over the place here. Aguila looks much more comfortable this time than the last match he was in. I heard JR say an STF submission, and my inner Cena hatred nearly boiled over.
Popped up there.
Taka gets the victory after a powerbomb, a dropkick, and a Michinoku driver. After the commercial, Luna and Goldust come out with Goldust on a leash. Fucking so weird. His fucking attire just disturbs the shit out of me.
His walker and pink hair and lime
his green
body
full
suit.
bodysuit with like a black fucking G-string and like little fucking like pasties.
And he's got a ball gag in.
Yeah, Luna says that he has been a prisoner his entire life, first with his father and then with Terry, and that she's going to set him free. But then starts going off about how there will still be whips and chains, and that was a weird promo.
This is a oh shit, it's Vince Russo moment if there ever was one.
Yeah.
Shit, it's Vince Russo!
What was the point of that?
There wasn't one.
Just to murder Dustin Rhodes' career? Like
I think they wanted to like make it seem like they wanted Luna to have some like face mic time.
This guy was in a main event with Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin in like May. Jesus.
I know. DX comes out after that abomination with an HBK and a wheel. This was fucking great.
Yeah,
I
was
love
really
this.
Funny.
Comes out in a wheelchair, much to the confusion of literally everyone. HBK claims it's a result of his training regimen that he's training for Ken Shamrock. He then shows his pain tolerance by turning his ankle all around until we find out it's a fake leg.
They must rotate it like 6 times.
Triple H also cuts a promo about his match with Sergeant Slaughter with the usual DX antics. That's about all I've got for that.
Sweet.
Match between The Rock and Vader.
Oh, I have a question here.
Yep.
What song does Austin have playing in his radio?
Back in Black by AC/DC.
Okay, because on the WWE Network version,
Yeah.
which I always like to annoy you by telling you I have, I swear to God,
I have all of them on my external though, so you're not annoying
I
me.
swear he has like the Bellas music playing when he's out, because every time they cut over, it's completely dubbed over, and it's like, dun, 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 dun. It's like the girliest music in the world, and
The hell?
it's glaringly obvious. Yeah,
Probably because they
don't have the rights, obviously.
Yeah, they didn't have the rights.
Yeah, Back in Black would have been amazing.
Yeah. Match between Rock and Vader is completely sidetracked by, I think, the very first drive-in of a vehicle into the war zone.
Did you see the 13-year-old White Nation member doing the salute?
I did.
Came out? One of my favorites.
Austin comes in blasting Back in Black and drinking beers on the roof of his truck.
Well, I'm pissed I missed Back in Black.
Yeah, he continues to yell at The Rock the entirety of the match. Rock wins when Goldust shows up at ringside and Vader chases him out of the arena. Austin and Rocky have a great stare down. We're only 2 years away for some absolute classics from these fuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Taylor and Brian Christopher's match never takes place as Taylor gets murdered by Kane before Brian Christopher can even make his way to the ring.
And so apparently Brian Christopher advances because of this.
Yeah, because his opponent was unable to compete.
Why didn't they just have Brian Christopher run down and cover him?
I don't know.
That would have worked.
Yep. Jarrett comes out to face Ahmed, but then tells everyone that his contract is still not being honored and refuses to wrestle again, probably because he didn't want to be injured before the pay-per-view.
Yes, he says Ahmed's a water-retaining loser, and he also said that Ahmed was a dangerous black guy in his return promo.
Good, because he is.
And then Slaughter comes out and agrees with Jarrett and says that Jarrett should only face top talent, which just buries Ahmed. And then he says he'll face The Undertaker at In Your House DX, holla holla, playa. Sorry, he was doing his Teddy Long there.
Yeah, Jeff does not look pleased at all with that announcement.
This is the most high-profile match Jeff Jarrett's ever going to wrestle.
Yep. Really boring match between the Headbangers and the Outlaws. This match exists only for the Legion of Doom to have a run-in partway through and have the Headbangers be all bent out of their shape about it. What a snooze fest.
And they completely ignore the Headbangers being all angry about things.
Yep. They're no-selling everything, man.
I love the Outlaws running out to the car again, same car.
Yeah.
And JR's like, oh, these are champions we can all be proud of.
We now see footage from last week where Neidhart comes out to defend Brett before joining DX, then getting double-crossed. We see Butterbean clips before his match with Mero at the pay-per-view. Cornette calls out Mero for an in-ring interview. Says the problem is that people are more interested in Sable than in him. Mero gets pissy and then goes, Sable, have you ever done a Mero salt or hold the Intercontinental title? He's like, and then he turns on her for using the WWF. Yeah, he turns on her for using the WWF as her catwalk and not promoting him and not wearing his shirts instead of Austin's and stuff or Undertaker's.
Good point.
And then he basically is like, "Oh, you're gonna cry? Like, get out of the ring."
I like how he's like, Austin, you owe me money, buddy.
Yeah, and he's like, our final match is Triple H versus Neidhart. Like always, Neidhart starts dominating, but HBK breaks up a pin and China tosses a chair, which Triple H uses for the easy victory. After the match, it looks like it's going to be a repeat of the last Raw where they pick Jim's bones and spray paint WCW on his back. I like this because, like, JR sees this happening and goes, "Oh, that's original," because like that's what the NWO is doing.
Yeah, it's a good homage to that, though.
Yeah, they're doing the NWO thing where they're spray painting everyone with like fucking NWO whenever they like incapacitate them after a match.
Yeah.
He starts battling his way back, gets a really, really vicious looking double clothesline, but then they like handcuff him to the ropes and it looks like he's gonna get his ass kicked. But Slaughter and Shamrock come out to save the day, so Shamrock puts HBK in the ankle lock and Slaughter puts Triple H in the Cobra Clutch while Neidhart holds Chyna's like fucking tight so she can't get to either of them.
And while Shamrock has the ankle lock on, HBK has a lollipop in his mouth.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
My favorite part is where he does the WCW on his back, and you hear Ken go, "Oh, how humiliating would that be to have that written on you?" And JR goes, "How humiliating would it be to work for them?"
Yeah. All right. Are we there?
Yeah, we're making good time. DX, In Your House.
54-40.
As usual, I will break down. Oh, I didn't write down the numbers. Did you write?
I did. I got it. In Your House, D-Generation X. This is 19, by the way. In Your House, 19. D-Generation X. This is Springfield, Massachusetts. It is the 8th of December of 1997. It took place in the Civic Center, and there were 6,358 people there.
Previous WWE events there, nothing really. The April 30th, 1988 Saturday night's main event.
Jesus Christ.
Nondescript Raws and SmackDowns, and here's a piece of trivia for you. The Mountie won the IC title here from Bret Hart before he dropped it to Roddy Piper at the 1992 Royal Rumble.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
All right, our first match is Taka Michinoku versus Brian Christopher for the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship.
Also, the set is literally a lowercase d and two metal girders shaped like an X. It's still better than anything that the current WWE does for a set. With
I agree.
Bullshit video board that they use.
With the exception of WrestleMania.
Yeah, the WrestleMania sets are always amazing.
Yeah, I wish that they go back to like the 2000s and 2001s where every set had like my favorite set still is like the 2000 Royal Rumble with the fucking taxi cab.
Oh yeah, or remember the backlash hooks?
Oh, the big swinging fucking hooks.
Yeah.
I also like the one with Austin versus the McMahons in the ladder match when the whole set was just fucking ladders.
Oh yeah.
There's so many good ones. So the first match is Taka versus Brian Christopher. Brian Christopher is using the theme that they would later use for draws.
Oh really?
Yes. We start with JR telling us Jack Doan is the ref. I kind of like this because he explained on his podcast that the reason he did that is because he wants fans to be invested with the referee as well. If the referee takes a bump or does things that affect the match in any way, like he wants you to know who it is.
And Vince McMahon apparently has periods in time where he's like, no, don't say the referee's name. Who cares? And he'll like flip back and forth on that.
Yeah, it's weird.
His orders are.
Taka is really fucking over. When he takes over the match is really fast-paced and high-flying, and everyone seems really engaged. Yeah. And then Christopher like slows it way down, and like he loses the crowd that way. He takes too long, like capitalizing because he's like just fucking mocking Taka the whole time. Taka wins with the Michinoku driver after a failed Tennessee drop. Taka is the new light heavyweight champion, and I'm fucking happy about it because I love Taka. He gets pictures for what we assume is like the Japanese tabloids and papers. All the like Briscoe and Patterson are out there to congratulate him. All that stuff.
Interesting where Christopher actually gets a ton of blood. I think he bit his tongue.
Yeah, I think he bit his tongue because he's bleeding everywhere. And when he goes outside the ring, you mean?
Yeah, he's covered in blood. Funny signs in the crowd. I'm drunk.
That's the sign we should make in Toronto.
There's a couple of ECW ones. Blue Meanie for light heavyweight champ.
Nice.
Job to Nova.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyway, good match. I agree with you there that Taka's offense was much more exciting than Christopher's.
It's a shame that he's like a victim of his own success.
It's amazing that JR mentions the brilliant Sasuke Taka match before this match, and I'm like, why is Brian Christopher in the main event?
Yeah, because the great Sasuke would not lose a title.
Yeah, he was taking it to...
You know this.
And yeah, you told me. He was a good one.
Yep. He would not lose a title unless it was on Japanese soil, and WWF was like, well, that's enough of that. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yep. The Los Boricuas versus DOA didn't write anything.
We're going to have to screw the Sasuke over.
Yeah. Then we had the Tough Man match between Butterbean and Mark Marrow.
Not a bad match.
Not a bad match. I couldn't wait to see Marrow get the shit beat out of him. What a shitlord.
They have a stare down reminiscent of Hogan and Andre.
Yeah. I do enjoy Marrow's antics during the fight, though, when he like drop kicks him after the first round.
So ridiculous.
And like all these crazy things.
Yeah, he hits him with the drop kick and doesn't get DQ'd. He hits him with these like fucking like rabbit punches when his back is turned.
I like when after the second round when he like gets hit in the eye, like he gets like a thumb to the eye. Yeah, he thumbs his eye, and like King's like no, he looks fine, and JR's like, come on, King, and he's like, well, can't you tell the truth one time? Like it's just great banter between those two.
I love
God.
Butterbean going, give me the spit bucket. And
Yeah,
then his
it
trainer's like, you want the spit bucket?
Yeah, just dumps it all over Mero.
And it's
I'm not gonna let him lose that way.
Apparently it's 2 liters of spit.
Yeah, just like, oh god. Butterbean wins via disqualification after Mero gets the low blow.
Yeah, Mero finally gets DQ'd.
After Butterbean murders him.
And then he breaks a stool over Butterbean's head.
Yeah. All right. Should we just have the oh shit Vince Russo moment on loop for this next promo?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Goldust comes out, 0 heat whatsoever, and he reads Green Eggs and Ham.
He just trolls everyone by reading Green Eggs and Ham. My favorite thing about it is like, would you like Green Eggs and Ham? He's just like, shut the hell up! And JR's like, clearly he's improvising there. How can this pay-per-view actually get any worse?
Oh shit, it's Vince Russo. Let's play it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's Vince Russo!
I love how he just plays the whole book. This is such a ridiculous segment.
We're running low on time. Have Dustin go out there.
Have Dustin go out there and just be an idiot. Our fourth match is the New Age Outlaws versus the Legion of Doom for the tag titles. God. I like the beginning of this match though when Road Dogg gets in the ring. He's like, "No, please wait," and he's like begging.
Yeah, and he welcomes everyone to Jurassic Park, but he says, "Mr. Ass is ill. We need to see a physician."
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. This match, is like all of LED matches, is boring as hell.
LED.
Well, LOD, same thing. They're both boring and
I'm thinking of like a club. Like
they're boring.
LEDs.
They're boring, overused, and they irritate people. There you go. They're the LED now.
There's their new gimmick. Yeah, they can wear like bright up.
The bright lights. They could be like Chris Jericho. They can wear his fucking coat.
Yeah, and they can come out to like Skrillex and stuff.
Oh Jesus.
The LED.
Really, really slow match. So they go to the outside where they use like a beer cooler.
Yeah. Apparently, the announcers have soda just hanging out.
Yeah. What the hell are the Godwins doing here?
Oh yeah, the Godwins show up again.
Yeah, it's a DQ because he hits the Godwin with his own bucket and then like hits Road Dogg twice right in front of the referee.
Yes, Garrett, we're gonna have to bring in that Randy Orton soundbite soon because I keep seeing these like where like it should be a DQ and then it's not and then it is. I need my Randy Orton being like, it's no DQ. Ring the bell. There's no bell to ring.
Yeah.
So the Godwins hit the LOD with the bucket. They no sell it. They hit the Outlaws with the bucket, and then they get DQ'd when they try and swing at the ref.
Yep. So that's it.
All right.
It's a DQ. The New Age Outlaws win.
Triple H and
Thanks,
Slaughter.
Lord above. Before our next match, Triple H cuts an absolutely hilarious promo. He's like, I got myself everything I'm going to need. I got a comb for your hair so you can fix it after the match. It's like a fucking skate guard.
Some Metamucil.
Got you some Metamucil, some Pruins to loosen the old man up, some Depends for your back. I was fucking dying during this whole thing. I thought that was so fun.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
This is not your generation. I like this quote of this is not. We should soundbite this actually.
Okay.
This is not your generation. This is not the new generation. And put that camera on me, idiot. This is D-Generation. Like it's fucking really good.
Yeah,
great,
the guy's like fucking off and filming China.
Great promo.
So let's pause and then.
Yeah.
Listen up, Slaughter. This is not your generation. This is not the next generation. This, and put that camera on me, idiot. This is D-Generation. And Slaughter, remember, X marks the spot. And when I get done, Slaughter, there'll be no hard feelings. As a matter of fact, I might take a swing by your house and let your old lady take a smoke of the peace pipe.
Triple H versus Sergeant Slaughter in a boot camp match. Sergeant Slaughter comes out, and my first note is Kurt Angle here? Because of his music, obviously.
Sergeant Slaughter has his own goddamn music. Did
I
they
know.
use it?
I don't get it.
It's that like dun, 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 shh, like the drum roll sort of
I
thing.
love that one.
Yeah. So I don't know why we've gone from Lex Luger's to Kurt Angle's. Like, just use his.
There's really, really good spots here that are really funny from like the announcers and also from the match.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like when the Sarge goes in using the riding crop right away, and King's just like, Sarge using the riding crop right off the bat. He thinks he's General Patton. Sarge actually looked pretty good here. I was expecting like a complete domination and a snore fest. Holy fuck, the Irish whip though that he takes to the outside.
Oh yeah, I don't know if he was supposed to go over there.
Yeah, and then like the King just like, he's dead. He's dead.
That's it, he's dead.
Really, really fun spot that I loved with the timekeeper when he tries to like hold the bell, then Triple H just fucking beans him.
Triple H almost lifts him out of. I think he lifts him out of his seat.
Yeah, and then just fucking, then just like pushes it back in his face and fucking beans him. Then it all starts to go downhill for the Sarge. One of my favorite thing is when like he uses his belt a couple times, but then Triple H gets the upper hand and he uses the Sarge's belt against him, and he like puts it right. I don't know if it was supposed to be around his neck or not, but it's right over his mouth, and it goes out to the fans, and all I can hear is one fan go, "Let's see you spit now!" And it's so funny because I'm like, "Oh my god, that fan's such a mark." He takes like 3 belt shots, nut shots, and a pedigree in this match onto a chair. What a champ. He can still take a bump like a motherfucker. I think the greatest part of this match is all of the King's war puns, though. He's like when he throws the fucking powder in China's R, King just like, chemical warfare! Chemical warfare!
That's such a good spot where China's sneaking up on him and he just tosses the powder in her face.
Yeah. Also, that fucking nut shot she hits him with is brutal.
I thought she actually did kick him in the dick.
Yeah.
But on replay, she hit him right on the inside of the thigh.
Like you're supposed to.
But it literally looked like she kicked his balls.
No, I did that too because it looked like she hit him right in the nuts. I was like, he would be dead if she kicked him that hard.
Yeah, it was great work by her looking like that.
Yeah. So then we have Jeff Jarrett versus The Undertaker.
Why were there ref bumps in this match? It's a fucking... Like, I guess, I know we need to get China into the match, but it's a boot camp match.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know.
Weird. This is where my Randy Orton soundbite comes in handy.
No DQ. Jeff Jarrett versus The Undertaker. Pretty meaningless match, except for the Kane entrance. Like,
do you have any notes here?
Not really. I've just got this feud is taking a long time to get going.
All right, can I run this bitch?
Yep.
All right. Jeff Jarrett has no business being in this match.
I agree.
By the way, it would be like if MVP came back from TNA and his first match was with Brock Lesnar.
I agree.
I love Jarrett's new terrible music where it's like, there's a lot of great WWE superstars, and then there's me.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
And I'm like, are you not great?
He reminds me of fucking Handsome Jack from Borderlands.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Never
played that.
So bad. Yeah. No, it's great game, but like that's who he's like.
Oh yeah.
He thinks he's like the center of the universe.
Undertaker goes for old school, which would have been current school back then.
Yep.
Jarrett runs out of the way in the middle of the move, still attached to Undertaker. So Undertaker is like pulled off the ropes, and it's not like a counter or anything. It's just like Jarrett fucked up. Undertaker has absolutely no interest selling for Jarrett, and he doesn't. Jarrett works the knees for a little bit until the Undertaker decides Jarrett's had too much offense and begins to beat him. Kane has been watching backstage and can't stand it anymore and comes out. I'm asking Kane where he was during the Los Barricas match because it would have saved me some effort.
Yeah.
JR calls Kane the one-eyed monster. He probably should have thought of that before he said that.
He calls him a penis?
Yeah, big cock. The big red machine gives you a new reference.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Kane costs Undertaker the match and then slaps him in the face.
Yep.
And then he leaves. And then Jarrett tries to put the figure 4 on the Undertaker after the match.
What the fuck is that all about?
The Undertaker's like, fuck no, and immediately throws him off him.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Jarrett's just like, I feel like Jarrett's just like really trying to go into business for himself during this time period. Whether it's like trying to put himself in a feud with Stone Cold or...
Yeah.
He's not as good as he thinks he is.
No.
Not at this point. Like, Jarrett's great. Especially,
dude, you're talking about a man that's been in like 6 different companies in 10 years.
I love wife beating Jeff Jarrett, where he's wearing the "Don't Piss Me Off" shirts and he's like breaking guitars over people's heads.
I love that, Jarrett. Yeah. Oh God,
when he beat up Ben Stiller.
Don't piss me off. Yeah, and he fucking Ben Stiller gets comforted with Deborah's tits. Classic.
And all my WWE figures at the time were like, it said "Don't make me mad" or something really stupid on his shirt instead.
I wonder if Stone Cold just like stunned Ben Stiller after that segment. What the fuck is Mark Henry doing at this pay-per-view?
Yeah, he's hanging out with the Milton Bradley execs.
Yeah, he's, what a terrible interview, though.
And then he says that his boy Stone Cold is going to win.
How is Stone Cold your boy?
Isn't he part of the Nation soon?
Yes, he comes and joins the Nation. Like, that's what I don't understand.
Very strange. He
Terrible
should have been doing a foreshadowing and been like,
Terrible.
I'm back in the black here.
Fucking terrible.
Teddy Long style.
Jesus.
Again, I want to use my Randy Orton clip here, and I'm going to start doing it next week, where the Nation all immediately jump in the ring and start beating Austin down.
Man.
The ref rings the bell after Austin throws D'Lo through his windshield.
Yeah, also, are we just driving into arenas from now until 2000 then?
Well, we got to sell that truck for next Royal Rumble. It's a giveaway.
Yeah. The greatest thing, though, is, like, the backdrop. That backdrop was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a stunner on top of the car. Like, D'Lo's out for the rest.
D'Lo's like lying on the hood of the car the entire match.
Yeah. That fucking. It was like a really like not over the top match though. Like it wasn't like fucking really surprised. Like it wasn't nothing to write home about. It seemed really short. It was pretty short actually.
Yes.
That chair shot to Farouk when he was like trying to hold up Austin by Kama looked fucking dangerous as hell.
It didn't hit him though. It hit the roof of the car.
Oh, I know, it hit the roof of the truck, but it could have fucking killed him. Then Kama gets like fucking hard Irish whipped into the truck and like dents the front corner panel.
Again, is it no DQ? Like the ref is staring right at him as he's fighting all these guys.
Yep. That was a really quick. I just wrote that was a really quick finish, all things considered. Also, lol at the first ref just blindly waving his arms when like the other ref comes down to count. He's like trying to say ring the bell after he got stuttered. He's just like, come on! And the other ref counts it and declares Austin the winner anyway.
There's a great quote here, and it's going to make my life a little difficult, but I love it, where JR is responding to King, because King says, what will Austin do next? And JR is like, he'll fight with everything that he's got.
What will Stone Cold do next? I mean, he'll fight with everything he's got. Austin came to fight. He didn't come to wrestle.
Take us home, Garrett.
All right, our final match of the evening, which I actually didn't mind all that much, to be honest with you. It was okay. It was better than I thought it would be.
Probably Sean's worst match of like that era.
Yeah. First thing I have down. Is it a really good idea for Hebner to ref this match so close post Survivor Series? I love when Shamrock holds the belt to start. HBK is almost comical. He's like, "That's my belt. You can't hold that." Shamrock immediately with the upper hand here. HBK is reeling hard, like every match ever. Insane low blow by Michaels there. I was not aware that he was, and then I wrote down I was not aware that he is the Nate in disguise because because JR's like, he's the dirtiest player in the game. And I'm like, what the hell?
Who works for WWE.
Yep. A lot of rest holds in the match though.
It's pretty slow in that way.
It's pretty slow, yeah. So much interference. Really great powerbomb counter by Shamrock. It actually looked really good.
Oh yeah.
He also had a really good Frankensteiner in this match. Looked really good. Of course, this is going to end in a disqualification. This is our pay-per-view, damn it. Quoting DX, of course. Holy shit, it's the Blackheart, is what I wrote, because Owen Hart charges the ring out when HBK is trying to celebrate.
And throws him through a table.
Puts him through the fucking table. He, like, beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
It's a shame what Owen would become after this, though. I would have loved to see him stay face for a little bit, like, just all this anger and rage.
Well, wait till we see him next week and all the potential that happened there.
Michaels fucking ate shit in that table bump and the ensuing beatdown.
Yeah. It's amazing how quick Owen gets from the apron to the floor, considering he was about the same speed Michaels did, and Michaels went through the fucking table.
My favorite part of this match, actually, is that you can hear Triple H and HBK talking after the match. Like, I like when he's like, he comes over to check him at the table, and the first thing HBK says, "Is Shamrock okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, you got to get out." And he's like, "Your nose is busted open." And he's like all fucking like worried about it. God.
There's a funny moment just before we wrap up where JR's Shamrock does like the meeting of the minds where he bangs HBK's and Triple H's head together.
Oh yeah.
And JR's like, Helmsley's nose has just penetrated HBK's forehead. And I'm a big fan of HBK coming out to his DX music.
And also his DX tights.
He always does that for the big matches.
And his DX tights.
I'm not sure if I think he does it at WrestleMania 14. We'll see. Because I know he does it at WrestleMania 23.
I'm not sure if he does it at WrestleMania 14 because he's like WrestleMania is kind of his thing, right?
No, he like at WrestleMania 23 he uses the DX theme.
Does he?
Against Cena? Yeah, he does.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, he does.
It's fucking epic.
That's right.
So we'll see. I'm pretty sure at 14 he uses it.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of DX at WrestleMania. So before we fade out, what's working and isn't working at this time? Maybe we should get rid of this soon enough. I feel like, no, I don't know.
It works every episode, though.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that is working is that, like, there's a lot more crazy shit going on now, which I think is helping keep the fans entertained and on their toes. Like, it's not generic wrestling. It is now we are fully engulfed in the attitude. Like, Vince came out and was like, a new breed of sports entertainment and all this shit.
Hey, that's next week.
Well, he will come out and say it. So, I mean, that's what happens, is he's fucking, like, Austin's doing his thing. He's saying shit that he wants to say. He's driving trucks everywhere. The crowd is just fully invested.
They're keeping Austin so strong, but at the same point, they're not... I mean, next episode they do. But Austin isn't really looking towards Shawn Michaels or the WWF Championship just yet. But he's so ready to just move over there. Yeah.
I think that the biggest thing that isn't working is fucking this Goldust thing. Like, he's just getting buried.
It's horrific. It's ruining him.
It's ruining his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, for fuck's sake, in like May, he was in a main event.
All right, July, I think. Canadian Stampede.
Yeah, it was retarded. It was less than 6 months ago.
Yep.
He was main event.
And he had a huge storyline with Pillman, and I think with Pillman dying, it's just fucked everything up.
He's just gone, yeah.
Because I think they could have had a really good storyline with him and Pillman feuding over Marlena.
I would have loved to see that storyline.
With heel Marlena and all that.
Fuck.
Would have been good, yeah. Other things... they're doing a pretty good job of keeping everything consistent after Montreal. You would have thought they'd be kind of flat-footed, but they've a clear direction.
Yep. Where can you find us, Peter? We'll do that again.
Yeah, might as well. At Tweener Podcast on Twitter, Tweener Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com. Catch us on YouTube, Tweener Podcast.
And Facebook. We've got a Facebook page. Yep.
Fuck.
What's coming up next time, Peter? We've got obviously the Vince McMahon speech about, like, we don't want...
It's an extemporaneous contemporary wrestling product.
We don't want to insult our fans' intelligence. Like all that bullshit. Yeah. Then we have the Royal Rumble next time, coming through that, which Austin wins.
Austin's going to win the Royal Rumble. Mike Tyson is going to make his surprise appearance.
Yeah, and that's going to be good. Actually, next episode as well, the Austin McMahon feud really begins. Like, yes. It really starts to get there big time.
Yep.
So I love that. That's where when I before we were ever doing this podcast or talking about it, whenever I'd go back to watch old school like wrestling and stuff, I'd always start post Montreal Screwjob and watch all the way to 2003, and whenever I'd loop back, that's where I'd loop to. Just because it's the best feud. It's
just
the best.
Before we wrap up, do you have any like interesting memories of this time period? I know you didn't really jump out with anything.
Well, it's like I said, the only real big one was in it's like I said in episode 7.1 about the Screwjob.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, the only way I knew that Shawn Michaels was completely involved and was his idea for the Screwjob was when he said, I take full responsibility for it. Second Raw, like the November 17th Raw, I believe, is when, like, in Cornwall, when he's like, oh, he's going to come out and... No, sorry, the third Raw. It's in Fayetteville. It's November 24th. Mm-hmm. So he comes out, and that's when I knew that, as a kid, that, like, wow, that was all his thing. So, but other than that, like, I don't really have that many... I have a lot more memories in like 98 because crazy things start happening in 98 through 2001 that stick with me a lot more. That's also one of the stuff I've watched the most of is like 98 to 2001.
All right, well, we'll jump in there.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Hopefully everyone has a good evening.
I think our closing theme this week, Peter.
It's Kane, and I'm loving the way Kane is pushed right now.
Yeah, it's good.
Give me 15 years, and I'll hate him again.
Yeah, fuck.
Less than that. The guy's-
Give me the mask coming off, and I'll hate him again.
That's true. Pretty much once he lost the mask, I started hating.
Although they still kept him really strong when he lost the match. He was just like a fucking killing machine for a while there.
He shocked Shane McMahon's testicles.
Oh, great spot.
Shane threw him into a flaming dumpster.
No.
And Eric Bischoff raped Linda, so lots of fun things to come.
Yeah, what the fuck was
If
that?
we ever make it that far.
Yeah. Oh, well, anyway. Yeah, if we're not dead and our viewers aren't all dead.
All right. Well, everyone have a good one, and we'll see you next time for episode 9.
Yep.